today. I do all the bodywork on this thing dead wrong by loading this wavy 57 Chevy ragtop full of filler, sand her down. Now we're about to lay down a pile of primer and make it look brand new. Today, we're going to do all sorts of bodywork, all sorts the wrong way, but we're going to go for a flawless finish. What we'll end up with, who knows? Now, when I say we're going to do it the wrong way, we're essentially going to cut a few corners. Now, I've been doing a lot of bodywork. I got a 55 Nomad. I'm doing it all right and, well, the best I could anyways. Now, this thing, being a 57 Chevy ragtop, now it's not a real convertible. This was a 4-door. I converted it into a 2-door if you happen to be new here, and then cut the roof off of it. So, the value just isn't there to have a flawless car, in my mind. Honestly, the way parts have been going, availability and prices and stuff like that, I think this car is worth more in parts than it would be as a complete roller. I put a full floor pan in this thing for, I think, 1,200 bucks. I was just talking to a guy, and now they're selling for upwards of, you know, 2,200 to 2,500 with shipping and tax and all that. So that's craziness to me. So we're going for like a parade kind of car, just something that's nice, you can take out, leave outside, drive around a bunch. Danny's really excited to drive it. We just want a nice shiny red 57 Chevy fake convertible. A lot of metal work has been done, so what you see is actually fairly solid, but something like this big dent, we're probably just going to load that full of filler. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of little dents here and there, stuff like that all around. We're just going to load this thing with filler, block it out as straight as we can. I got my fancy air board. I've had this for years, haven't used it hardly ever. Flatten it out the best we can, front to back. I do want to spend a few dollars on proper trim and whatnot, but otherwise it's really not too terrible. You know, stuff like this. We're gonna knock it out with a hammer, make it look good, schmoo it up, and hopefully put it in a coat of high build, block it one more time, and put it nice shiny red. So I don't plan on spending a pile of time on this. We're not gonna worry about the door gaps being perfect, nothing. Going down the road, it's gonna look like a good 15, 20 footer, nice shiny red, 57 Chevy ragtop. What else do you need? So, first thing I'm going to do, we're going to block out this high build, well, probably the whole panel front to back, and it'll leave all the low spots, obviously, because well, right here's a perfect example. The low spot hasn't been touched yet. The high spot has scratches in it. So we'll just mark those, give it a little scuff, filler it, and come back and knock her all down. This thing's going to look cool in a hurry. Okay, so we gave the panel a quick rub down. Now, as I stated before, these doors when I got them were sandblasted down to bare metal, so there's nothing to be done there other than hammer and dolly work. But you know what? It's not too bad at the top, and let's be honest, belt line up is what's important. That's what you're really going to see down here, not as much. It's got just a few little wrinkles in it. So I think what I'm going to do is literally just down there, full of filler, we'll airboard it, be done with it. The top of the fender is in really nice shape. That needs filler, and that needs filler. Otherwise, this top ridge is perfect. There's nothing on the inside, so we're golden. And then this is such a small area, same with that. I'm not gonna worry about it. And then just down here, it's got a bit of a little whoop-de-doo bump. We'll just put a little schmoo of filler in there and blend it in. I think it'll be good. The door will take all the work. Okay, so this giant hole or dent has been here since I got the car. This was on the original 4-door, and everyone's always looking at fix it. I painted right over it and took a lot of flack for that. So I'm going to show you how we're going to fix it on this one. We got a big blob of filler, 6-inch squeegee. I'll take care of it. Oh yeah. So you guys have been all over me about using an airboard. So here we go. This will just flatten this right out. The right tool for the wrong job. Or right tool, right job, poorly executed. Oh yeah, it's gonna work good. I don't think I have the compressor turned on next door, so I'm gonna do that real quick. But you can see, even though we're still high there, we're gonna run into a low spot. So we'll give her another schmoo, and then if you can see, oh yeah, we're good. We got the bottom of the door and all that done, and this is ready to go. So we'll put my earbuds in, and we'll flatten out the bottom of the door, because it'll sure need a coat or two. well, you are making a fair amount of progress. This thing keeps jamming up. Took it apart to clean it, put it back together, still jamming up, so I don't know what the deal is, but it's all kind of coming back to me. I think it was doing that years ago. So everything's closed now. It's getting kind of late in the evening, so I think maybe tomorrow I'll go buy a new one. Because it works, I gotta say. Like, it's flattening it out in a hurry. Makes my life a lot easier when it's working. The door's really coming out pretty good. I stopped there. I think what we'll do tonight, though, before I go in, is I'll just finish off the fender by hand, because I can. I got all the stuff right here ready to go, so I'll do that. The rest of the fender looks pretty good, and this has got so many ups and downs. It probably should be done by hand anyways. So we'll finish that up and then call our night. Go buy some new tools tomorrow. But yeah, we're getting there. I do gotta drop the rear bumper, unfortunately, and I'm not worried. Like I said, anything that's behind here, I don't care. It's all rusty, and I painted over it and stuff. It'll be just fine. So, next day, sanding. But, so I went and bought a new air board. The other ones were no bueno. This thing really cheeches through the filler, so probably got another coat or two left on the door. I mean, it looks like there's still lots, but it's really flattening out pretty good. A little bit down there, a little bit in the quarter. This section here, I feel like maybe is too much just to fill, even for me, so I'll do you guys a favor and I'll knock that out with the dolly real quick. Up here, we got our one last schmoo of that baseball-sized hole. But I think by the end of the day, we should be able to have this side close enough with the airboard that we can coat it with filler or primer one more time. Really flatten out, then I'll just block it by hand and it'll be what it's going to be. The back, I don't know how far we'll get actually. See how the daylight goes. Because the back probably won't need might need a little bit of love. But not too bad. So, I'll get set up, we'll knock that out real quick. Yeah, she's pretty bad. I have been giving her with the body work. Haven't been doing a whole lot of filming because, well, time-lapsing. How much time-lapse can one person watch, right? Let me know. Anyway, we got second coat of filler on the back after hammer dolly. It came out shockingly well, I gotta say. So that was good. You know, just for everyone who's cranky here, it's impossible to get in there. It's in like a double wall setup. I'm not getting in there. There's a fair bit of filler over the wheel arch, but again, this is where the door would have been. So it had a lot of filler in it to start, and this thing, the whole quarter was all kind of crinkled, I think, or something like that on the side. Anyway, it's fine. The whole bottom's got, that's where I'm working now, is I got to get this section taken care of. Now, the quarter and the rocker is what's left, and I'm struggling on that a little bit. Here's the reason why. The door won't open, and I did it to myself. I did it on purpose. I fillered the door to the fender. I don't know if this is right or wrong. I've done this lots. So now we got dead smooth across. Looks good. I'm happy with it. I'm going to take my zip disc. I'm going to run her down there and, you know, get it so it'll open. Then you just put a piece of sandpaper in there, up and down. It's perfect gap, perfect fit. You're happy. We have a little bit of work to do in the rocker, not a whole lot. The door came out shockingly good. Fair bit of filler in it, but again, you know, we got the parts, you know, all bleeding through. That's all bare metal, so down here is where it's ugly. Again, I got to get the door open to get the very bottom, so I might need one more skim coat. But this side's getting there. I'm hoping we'll jam some primer on it tonight. It's been a lot of sanding, but this is the bad side. The other, I hope this was the bad side. And yeah, so we'll set the camera up. I might as well zip this out again. The door, I did the same thing back here. I had it fillered right there, so we'll cut the trim off. You can see how excess that is, but I find it gives a real nice, nice vibe, nice flow. Let me know if I'm an idiot. All right. You want to be real careful, like. So now, we got a nice tight gap. All you gotta do is take some sandpaper, kind of fold it in half, cram it in there, and it'll just slowly but surely widen out and be nice. But look at how straight that's gonna be. Hopefully it shows up on camera. Yeah, it's gonna be real nice. We'll have a nice body line. Everything works out. So I'm gonna get that finished up. We'll put another coat or two or sanding of the quarter panel. Now that I can open the door, once I get the sanded, the door will open up. Because if you have it closed and it's all glued together and you open the door, body filter's gonna break and it's gonna break off right to there and you're starting again. So don't do that. Or at least don't do it twice. The first time you gotta learn. I have done an ungodly amount of sanding, but we have this thing somewhat flattened out. There's still a few spots around the wheel well that aren't too happy. Essentially, that part of the car down, filler, block it out, make it straight as we can. Up top, really not that bad. So what we're gonna do now, I got two more rolls, 120 and then 180. I'm gonna hand sand, just scuff it. So it's got a, a nice smoother kind of finish to it. And then we're gonna prime this thing. I've gone through this much stuff and this much filler and a lot of my patience. But this is the hard side. The other side's much easier. So I'm gonna do this, scuff it, blow it off, mask it, try and sweep some of this dust up, not overly concerned about it. And then we'll lay a pile of high build filler and can on this thing. All right, this car is long, but I want to jam a couple of coats on the quarter panel first. Well, we'll just do the whole car. What am I kidding? Try and pretend like I'm making a plan. It's nice that we got the doors open, ventilation. All right, let's lay this down. Crudely masked, but it'll do the trick. And this center part, I didn't do a whole lot to it because it's going to be all covered in glue. And, oh, you know what? I should probably do something with that tire. Hang on. I learned this in paint school. That's a little dusty. A little leftover fabric. Let's see if that works. Damn it. Hang on, try to. Alright, let's see what happens. Rub my hair on it, or my hat. We'll have to readjust that on the next coat. Oh yeah, that door's coming out nice. Heard how wavy it was? Wow. Whoo-wee. Not too bad. Fender should be good. It's got like 8 coats of filler and paint on it. Okay, car's looking pretty good. I did put a quick coat just around the wheel well after I masked it with a garbage bag. The quarter might take 2 coats, and well, maybe the door as well. The fender should be pretty good, but we'll put one more on here. I gotta say, it's when it goes on and it's kind of shining because it's wet, it doesn't look too bad. And we're not going for perfection. This is really going to be a driver, and door gaps and all that. They'll be what they're going to be. I just don't want it to be someone walks by and goes, "Ew, that looks bad." The door came out really nice. I gotta say, it straightened out pretty good. That airboard, it's worth the investment. I think it was $79. If you don't have one, go buy one. But honestly, it's the compressor. If you don't have a decent compressor, bodywork's gonna be a struggle for you. Took me a lot of years before I ponied up the cashola. But hey, buying tools, they never go bad if you buy the right one. So I'll get this finished up. We'll have a little something to eat, and I think we'll unmask it. Be done here. But I'm happy. Well, there you have it. Good one side, 57 Chevy, convertible. A little bit of filler, a little bit of sanding, a little bit of elbow grease, and you have something that's pretty presentable. Now, I mean, we did cut a lot of corners, there's no bones about it, but this car, convertible, it's only going to see nice days, probably sit outside a little bit. We're not driving in the winter time. You'll see sunny cruise days. It ain't going to rust. Nothing's going to happen. It'll last just fine. If you got a car that fits that bill, I say go ahead and do it. We have lots of blocking yet to do. The quarter panel needs a lot of love, but the door and the fender, honestly, came out really, really good. But that's where I'm leaving it for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel. It makes a huge difference to me, and allows me to keep wasting time and money on these old hot rods. See you in the next video.